Hi everyone, how you going? So today I'm on to do Nina Ribina's art journal prompts and more for February, and her February prompt is recycle, repurpose and reuse. So I am going to do an art journal page, but I just wanted to show you this awesome fabric, whatever it is. It's really stiff, and I got this on the top of a package the other day. It was just kind of like folded up on top of it, so I don't know if the beautiful lady just put it in there for the packaging, or like to help with the packaging, or put it in there because she knew I would try and use it. It seems to have a couple of layers to it, like it's really thick and it seems to have a couple of layers, so I'm just ripping off a bit of this top layer, which I thought I might like to use as some texture in my art journal page. So I've got a piece there. I think that might be enough for what I want to do at the moment, and then later on in the month, when I go to do February's calendar, I thought I might like to try and cut some hearts out of this, but this just seems so cool, so I will. It's really hard to rip, even though you can, but I might just cut that. Let's just give it a cut there. So I've got a couple of pieces of it for my art journal page, and look, you can pull it apart too. This is so cool. And I really got no idea what it is, whether it was like this or whether the lady in question had experimented on it or something. I'm not sure. But that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start my art journal page by recycling some of this fabric, and I don't really know what it was used for in the first place. Well, it was used to put in the top of the box, but I don't know. Okay, that's what I'm going to do. So I'm just thinking I actually might use some of my gel matte medium, because then I can put a wash of it on the top of it as well. So I'll get my little lid. There it is. And put some of that on there. I might need a fair bit of it, I think, just so that it will hold down on the page. I'll just get a brush. Okay, we'll do this side first. I'm not sure if that's going to actually hold it down. I might have that side there, but what I can do is just put some of this over it, and then I'm just going to have to really let it dry. It's just got a wonderful texture to it. Okay, I need a bit more of that. Okay, I really like that. That looks so cool. And hopefully it will stay adhered to my page. Okay. Right, I think that's enough that side, and I'm going to put another piece on this side here. So I'll put some of this down first. And just another coat over the top of it so I know that it's going to really stay stuck. I have used quite a bit of that gel medium, but that's okay. Just making sure that it is going to stay stuck on my page. Oh, I like that. I like it a lot. Okay, so while this is drying, and I might have to actually leave that overnight because it is quite thick, but I'll see how it goes. But while that's drying, I'm going to go and have a look through my stash, because the whole idea of Nina's prompt this month for the recycle, repurpose or reuse is to actually use stuff that you have in your own art room. So that looks so cool. I really, oh, have I been in shot? Yeah, I hope so. Didn't even bother to look up, and didn't even bother to look up to see if the camera was still going. It's one of them mornings. Okay, so I'm going to let that have a good dry, and go and find some other little bits and pieces I can use, and I shall be back. I'll see you then. While I was having a scrummage through my drawers, at my table here, I found this piece of meshy stuff that was actually from like an onion bag, and I thought, oh, okay, so I'm thinking maybe this recycle, repurpose and reuse art journal page is just going to be full of textures. So what I'm going to do, I'll cut that off at the bottom just here, so I've got a bit left over for something else if I want it, and I am going to use the gel medium again and glue this in between right there on my page. Okay, I don't know how this is going to go on there, but we'll see. Put some of this down. It's just one thing I just love with mixed media is just all different textures. I love the layers of the textures on the pages. I love feeling it. Not sure how that's going to go gluing to the page, but I shall see. Might have a bit of trouble with it actually. But I'll keep going. Because that does have quite a bit of gel medium on it. Okay, that's looking pretty good. So now I'm just going to let that dry. Just get some of these little strandy bits down. I'm not going to cut them off, I'm just going to leave them there if they'll stay stuck on the page. Okay, that looks pretty cool. and I think it's going to look even better when I get other things down on it, and then just give it a bit of paint, a layer of paint. That is so cool. Alright, okay, I'll go and see if I can find something else now. Just use all this up. There we go. Alright, I shall be back. Let's see what else I can get that's got a texture on it. Okay, I'm back again. I've just found a little piece of this fabric that somebody had sent me that had a dress pattern on it, and I thought I'm going to rip this up as well and put a bit of that on there. So I'm going to do all of this before my page dries. Hopefully I can get everything on there, and then just let it sit overnight or something and let it dry. So I thought put a bit down here, because that adds another like a softer texture to the page. It's so cool. I know I have used some of this in another art journal page that I had done in the background book, that's right, and it just turned out so awesome. So I thought I'd just put this in here for another layer of texture. Now, I don't know how this is going to go. I have also got some elastic bands. So what I'm thinking, I'm going to place a few of these elastic bands on my page as well. They're all different colours, but I'm not worrying about the colour of them because they're going to have a coat of paint over them anyway. So, but to put the elastic bands on, I'm going to use a wet glue, a stronger wet glue, and see how they go. So I'll put some on the bottom. Okay, so I've got some elastic bands on there. I might just cut this one here. Oh, I should have maybe waited until that dried a bit better, but we'll see. Alright, so I'm going to let that have a really good dry now, and hopefully those elastic bands will actually stay on there as well. I'm thinking I might just might have to weigh the elastic bands down, but I will wait until the page is completely dry before I go and decide about re-gluing the elastic bands on there. I'm just not sure. They might need to be re-glued. I'll see. I'll see when this dries. Okay, so I shall be back. This is completely dry now. It's actually been quite a few days since I started this page, which is for Nina's Facebook group, Recycle, Repurpose and Reuse, and I went and put a light coat of gesso over, and my elastic bands stayed down pretty good. I think this one here and this one here I just had to re-glue. So looks cool. So what I'm going to do now is to put some paint on here, and I'm going to use a brush because I don't feel like finger painting. Maybe when I get to the circles. So I've got some blue, two different yellows, a green, the crimson and the white just down there, and I just thought I'll just have a little play and put a bit of colour all around the page and then work out what I'm going to do with the rest of it. I've been pretty busy taking my husband to his appointments. He's had another lot of blood tests done and urine, and he goes in for his operation on the 21st, which is good. It's just been a very slow process with him. I just washed that. Do I want another colour? No, I don't think so. Let me think. Okay. Let's put a bit of purple. I am going to bring another colour into it. This violet. Okay, that looks pretty cool. I think I've got enough colour on there now. So I'm going to use my finger and do some circles. And might put some pink on for the circles. This one's an old paint, Liquitex, so I want to use that up. Alright, I'll give that a dry. And I'm going to use a smaller brush. Why is that one all yucky? And put some more colour inside the circles. And I'm going to get my black marker, my Posca paint, and I'm going to see how good I am at actually drawing on top of the elastic bands. Oh, that looks alright. Oh, cool. That looks pretty good. Alright, so that's what I'm going to do now. I'll finish these off. Okay, that looks pretty cool. I like that. And I will now use my, what's it called? Stabilo All. It's here somewhere. And this is the Stabilo, oh no, that's, is that it? Yeah, that's it. Stabilo All, yeah. And it's rather hard trying to go over all that texture, but I don't mind. Texture really wore down the Stabilo All. I don't know about other people in Australia, especially where I live with the humidity, but the lead in my Stabilo all seems to melt and get very, very soft. And I'm thinking maybe that's why they don't sell them here in Australia. I'm not sure. Okay, I'm going to activate those, and I'm just going to use a little bit of acrylic matte medium. Where's my lid? Here it is. With just so that it will stay on there. It looks pretty cool. They're starting to look like little craters, like raised craters on my page. Oh, cool. I like that. That looks good. Okay, now, oh, I want one of those, don't I? I'm going to give it a border and just use my Posca black again, just to add some more black. And it's rather hard going over all that texture, but I'm just going to do it roughly, so we'll just see how it turns out. So I've got that on there, and what I'm thinking I might do now is just get my white Signo and just do some, I'm not sure if it's going to come out on the texture, but just do some scratchy lines. It is hard to go over that onion bag, but that's okay. Oh, I keep getting on top of the on top of the elastic band. Okay, well, how cool does that look? I like it. Now, what I was also thinking was putting in some lines, like the balls were hanging, but I don't think I'm going to worry about that because I'm not really in a doodling mood. But what I will do is get this again. I want to put my, even though this is for February, which is recycle, repurpose and reuse, I still want to incorporate my word for the year, which is fun. So I think I might just write the word fun just over here. Because it doesn't really matter if you've got 2 journal pages with the word fun on it. I think by the end of the year I'm going to have quite a few pages with the word fun on it, because this actually was a lot of fun. Okay, so I'm just going to write fun, and I will dry that and just use my Signo again and go inside the black. Oh, cool. I like it. It was a fun page to do, and it's going to be a fun month to recycle, repurpose and reuse. I really like this prompt, Nina. Thank you. And I might just put the date down because I am running a little bit behind with everything, and our date today is the 10th. So it's the 10th of the 2nd, 18. Okay, so there's my page, my first page. I've got some other things to do as well as the calendar, something different. And all I used was this stuff here. An onion bag, or is that an orange bag? I think that was an orange bag. I'm not sure. The onion bags are a lot stiffer. I repurposed some elastic bands and some of this packing tape, packing fibre or something, whatever that was. Oh, and also some of that that soft fabric pattern stuff. Okay, hope you enjoyed. There's my page. I like it. Thank you very much, Nina, for this month's prompt, and I will catch you all later. Bye bye. You have a good day.